Hello everyone, I'm so excited to be here and I welcome everyone to this channel. Pro Design is a channel that is dedicated to share tips on SketchUp and its essentials. So today we're going to be moving in to the basic tools and the workspace of SketchUp. So we are still on the fundamentals of SketchUp. We've started this series and this is the lesson 2, and I'm very confident that you're going to learn a lot in this video. So to start from where we left off the other time at the lesson 1, we'll see this once we open our SketchUp for the first time. We'll see this welcome to SketchUp page, and then we've gone through this in the last lecture. But this template, I want to just show us something. So if we want to get more templates than the ones that shows up by default, you can always click on this more template, and then we see some other templates that we can make do with. So as time goes on, we'll be discussing more on how to customize your whole SketchUp, so your SketchUp can be customized to what you want actually. So you can get to customize your template as well. So let us jump right into what we have for today proper. So once we open our SketchUp as a beginner, so this is our screen, the screen that appears, and we have some elements that we're going to be discussing on the whole screen that we are seeing here. So the first element is the title bar. So the title bar is at the top left corner of our screen, and it contains the basic controls of any software on your PC. So once you click on this icon, you get to see the restore, move, size, minimize, maximize, close, and then it also shows the title of the current project that we're working on. So once we start up with SketchUp as a beginner, the first time we are opening up, we see it named and titled as Untitled. So we can see that Untitled and then the version of the SketchUp we are using. So we can see I'm presently using SketchUp Pro 2020, and so this is the title bar. So the next thing online are the menu bars. So the menu, most of the control, almost all the control and the settings that we're going to be dealing with on SketchUp as we move on, they are contained in this menu bar. So the menu bar consists of File, Edit, View, Camera, Draw, Tools, Window, Extensions, and Help. So just know that everything you're going to be doing at all, they are all in this menu bar. So it's very critical to understand. So the third thing we're going to be looking at is the Getting Started toolbar. So this by default shows up. So these are the basic toolbar that you need to run your first 3Ds, to do your 3D models on SketchUp. And to make things more inspiring, I would like to drop a link below. This link leads us to a speed model of a residential row housing that I did, and then I made sure I use basic tools throughout the whole modeling and material and everything, so that we get to know the potential that the basic tools carry. So you shouldn't be so afraid to start up with SketchUp or think or feel limited. No, don't feel limited at all, because the basic tools can actually get you a lot better in what you do, and you can't just imagine what can be done with the basic tool. So just feel free to explore this basic tool. If you are someone like me that is very inquisitive and then will feel like, can I get other tools? Can I also dock other tools here? Can I also explore other tools? Yes. So to do that, let me place this back. To place this back, just hang it over it around anywhere. You can over it around the edge here, you can over it around the edge here, you can over it here, and then you just place it there. So but to bring in new set of tools, you can always go through View, Toolbars, Then from the toolbars, can we see the box at the front of getting started toolbar is checked. So by default it's checked. So I can choose to bring other things out. Let's say I want to bring camera. So can you see? Just check it. Whatever you want to bring out, just check. Then you can place it properly by dragging with your mouse and uncheck if you don't like it, or you want another one. Just so it's very simple like that. So just let's close this for now. So the next element we're going to be talking about when you start using your SketchUp to draw is the status bar. So the status bar is usually below the screen. So this is the status bar. So what does the status bar do? So the status bar gives tip. So it shares brief tip about what you've selected. So if you hover your mouse or you select, for instance, let me select this tool here, check below here, you always find a written statement just leading you through all the process or what you need to do next regarding what you've selected or the tools that you've checked. So it's very useful. And then the fifth thing, I guess, I think we are on the fifth now. So the fifth after the status bar I would like to discuss with us is the measurement box. So here at the bottom right corner of our screen, we see the measurement box. So this box keep track of dimensions, length. This box is very handy in doing that. So it keeps track of your dimensions and the like, right? So the next thing we are talking about is the drawing area. So you have a lot to do with this area. So this is the drawing area here. So this is where all your 3D model are going to be taking place. So on the drawing area, let me talk about some few things you need to take note of. So the first thing is, if you notice, we can see some lines, a vertical line and some horizontal. So what does this, what's the usefulness of these lines? These are axes. So this axis makes us to have a sense of space. This axis helps us to know when your line is vertical, so because it snaps it. For instance, let me just draw a line, and you see SketchUp automatically snaps your line towards a perpendicular axis. So if your line, what you're drawing, whatever you're doing is perpendicular to what axis, it shows you, it indicates with the color. You can still customize all these things, so later as we go, you get to know how to customize your page to suit you. So now this is the blue axis and that's the vertical axis. This red and green are the horizontal axis. So very handy, guys. And then now you also find a 2D, a simple model. Don't let me call it 2D. It's a simple model of a person. So it also gives us the feel of the space. It gives us it helps us to be able to relate with the space. The next thing we are discussing is our default trays or panel. So by default, SketchUp sets you up. It sets you up into this screen, and then you find your default trays. It contains the material, it contains the instructor, it contains styles, a lot more. You can just explore yourself. So, but there is something I want to bring our attention. The instructor is very useful, guys. You know, the reason why I'm saying that is, can you see it's showing us a short animation of whatever tool you've selected. For instance, I'm on the select tool, and because I'm on the select tool, it's showing me everything that pertains the select tool, and then what command, what I need to do, just giving me the brief information. So with the instructor and the status bar, you get to learn a lot even without anybody putting you through. So if you want to learn more about whatever tool you've selected, let me put So you're seeing it changed immediately to the eraser tool. And then if I want to learn more, you can always click to learn about more advanced operation, and it takes you directly to the SketchUp official page, where you see a lot more to learn about. So I'm really happy to be able to do this today, because I know that a lot of us are just beginning, and then we want to get familiar with the interface. And I'm telling you, this is very simple. It's very simple as I'm doing it. Just follow. So now we want to create our first model. Are we happy to hear that? Yes, I'm happy, because we're gonna just create a simple model which will blow your mind. So the first thing we'll do is to delete or to erase this model. In your own case, you can, if you like it so much, you can leave it there, or you need it to relate with your model. In my case, I usually delete it. And to show you how the eraser tool works, I would delete it right now. So the first thing we'll do is to select the object. Pick the eraser tool, then click on the object. Notice I had to select. Let me undo. Notice the first thing I did was to select, because this is a grouped object. If you want to erase a grouped object, like this is grouped. You see this blue box around it shows that this I've selected. You are selecting this in group, so it's selecting the whole element inside this model. Now if I want to delete this as a whole, I'll just click on it, pick your erase tool, then click on it, and it's deleted everything. So but let me undo and just delete a part of the model. Right click, then context, click, that's right click on it, then edit component. So this is a component, you edit the component, then and you see this box suddenly changes to dotted lines, showing us whenever we see this kind of graphics, it shows us that we are right inside the group. So now if you notice that now if I click on this, we can now select different parts of this model. You can select on different part of this model, you can select different faces. Let me delete the handbag, for instance. Now you can just click on this and just delete. So now we can delete as much as possible. We can delete into details here now, so we can delete what we want. So that is how the eraser tool works. So now I'm gonna click outside the box, and then it goes back into the group, and then click on this and delete. So we want to draw our box. Let me use this line tool, then just click on the first point, then drag towards the next point, drag along towards another point, then it snaps. Once it gets to another end point, then you close. The moment you close up a boundary, it forms a face. So can you see this? So now we formed a face. So, and with that face, you can select our push-pull tool, then click on the face, then drag. Keep checking your status bar, keep checking your measurement box. You see some changes, some things that are going on there. So now it is showing on the measurement box, telling us distance is now 1546 millimeters. So now if I want it that way, I can just click. Once it's about where I want it to be, I can just click, and then now you have your box at this particular dimension. But if you want it, let me undo. There's another way. The same, let's pick the push-pull tool and then click. Once you click, then just leave it, don't click again, then type in manually what your exact height, the exact height or the distance you want it to get up to. So let's say in my own case I want to pick 1500 mm. Just click enter, and then you see it jumped, and immediately you have it that way. So let's say I don't want this to be as long as this, I want to reduce this. Just click on this again and then click on the face you want to reduce and then drag towards the direction you want it to. If you want it to be shorter, drag it towards this, and if you want it to be longer, you drag it you in the reverse manner. And then that's just how to create your simple model. So let me try with one more tool. So this is offset. Offset, you click on it again, go to the face that you want to offset. Offset helps you, like the name implies, it offsets the boundary inside or outside. So for instance, now let me just click once and then drag. I'm dragging inside, internally. Now if I want it to go externally, I'll just drag externally. Can you see? And then if you check the measurement box, it's telling us the measurement. So if let's say I want to drag out in 225, I'll just, is either you follow this and you just want it to have the rough length of 218 mm, just click, or undo, and I want it to just have a precise measurement dimension of 200. You type it inside the distance and then you press enter. Can you see how very, very useful this is? Then after that, you can choose to just extrude. So you see we are dealing with these two, you're going to be dealing with these two basic tools a lot. This tool that I've just used, the select, the eraser, the lines, the push and pull, the offset. So let me use the push and pull now, and then let's drag this. Can we see? This is just how our first lesson on 3D model is, and then we've touched almost 4 tools now. So this is very interesting, guys, and we've come to the end of this tutorial. I will drop 2 links below. The first link is a link of the residential houses that I modeled with the basic tools. Then the second is the lesson 1, in case you are just joining us and you love to start up from how to install SketchUp and how to get it, where to get it from, the website to go. I will just give the link below so you can just check through. I want to thank you guys for joining this tutorial, and I appreciate everyone for subscribing. If you've not yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button so that you get updates on the video as it drops, and then like and comment, share your thoughts, and thank you guys once again. It's nice having you, and see you in the next tutorial. So in the next tutorial, we're going to be dealing with more tools and more functions. So stay tuned, guys. See you next time. Thank you.